guys, welcome back to my channel. Win's Life here. For today's video, I am going to make some pork dumplings. Pork dumplings, gyoza, mandu. It depends where you at, what country you're from. I guess it has different name for it, but when we were in Japan, we call it gyoza. So that's the dinner for tonight and for tonight's video. And so I have ground pork right here. So I think gyoza or mandu or pork dumplings usually made with pork. I'm not sure, but I think I see some gyoza made or have meat before with using ground beef, but most of the time it's pork. And when you use ground pork for gyoza or dumplings or mandu, you wanted to use the ground pork that has a little bit of fat, because you wanted that fat. You don't want very lean pork, ground pork, because that fat is needed to help the meat like kind of sticky, because when it's very lean, it is hard to bind the meat. So the fat, because the fat is kind of soft, so it helps it bind the meat. And the secret of, well, my secret for making good meat for dumplings is you really have to listen to my voice, really have to mix it with your clean bare hands. You cannot just use fork or other kind of mixing device because you want it to kind of like what they call this, kneading I'm kneading you, I need you. No, not knead, like KNEAD, like mashing. So lots of mashing gonna be going on our meat. So if you do not like watching me using my bare hands, if you have gloves you can, but I do have gloves, but I'll rather do it with my bare hands because I like to feel if the texture or whatever you call that, the mixture is the right I'm having a hard time speaking in English. Maybe mag-Tagalog na nga lang ako. Pag hinalo-halo mo ng ganon, dapat yung talagang nag-put together yung karne. So, mas lalong masama yung Tagalog ko, no? So, but anyway, you know, you get my point. But anyways, we have a lot of ingredients going on here. I have green onions. We're gonna chop this in small pieces. Garlic, and I'm gonna use this to crush it because I want it really fine when we add it here, or when we add it to our ground pork. And I'm using the wrapper. This wrapper, it's gonna be like triangle. I'm gonna just use this and flip it over like this, but you'll see it later. I'm gonna put a little bit of ground black pepper, not a lot, because I'm going to make a dipping sauce using this fried chili oil and just a little bit of this sweet vinegar. That's our dipping sauce. And then the rest of the ingredients: onion powder and our favorite chicken bouillon because I cannot find my ginisa mix anymore. Then we're putting a little bit of the Knorr liquid seasoning soy sauce and a little bit of cornstarch for helping to bind the meat. And so let us start chopping the onion, green onions. So I washed our green onions already, and I'm just gonna cut that end part. And we're just gonna cut it really small piece like this. And we are just going to put all of it and just add it to our pork, then our garlic, look how big this one piece, and I like to put a lot of garlic. So I got this thing, guys, from the Philippines. I can't remember the name for it. Comment down below. I think it's piso and something. As much as I love to cook, guys, I don't really like a lot of kitchen gadget. Actually, most of my kitchen gadget Chris buys it for me. The frying pan that we're using to cook this dumpling, he bought it for me too, and he just bought me a knife set. You will see that on our vlog, maybe before this one or after this one. And then we are just going to do it this way, so it's going to be really crushed. I want it like kinda like paste. It smells so good. I love the smell of garlic. As long as not my body smelled like garlic. See, guys, it releases the oil and the juice from the garlic, and that's how I want it. See, look at how delicious it looks. So we're just gonna transfer it here. I want it to get all the flavor in there, so I'm gonna put some of the pork to get all the juice and that oil from that garlic. Then we'll put pepper, and then onion powder. We're gonna add this chicken powder. We're not putting salt because of the chicken powder and the soy sauce. You need a lot of this to make it really tasty. And then the liquid Knorr seasoning. And then we're gonna add cornstarch. The cornstarch, it will help remove the moisture from the meat the ground pork. So now the mixing part. And again, I said it, guys, that you need to mix this really well because you want your meat to really get really sticky. So if you want to make sure that the salt is good, you can make a little bowl like this and then cook it in the microwave for a few seconds and then taste it. And if it is needed more salt, then you can add more salt. But it's better if you put less salt because at least you can do or add more, or you can use dipping sauce. Than when you put too much salt, then you cannot do anything about it anymore. You can add a little bit of sugar. So when you're feeling it like this, see how the mixture it's kind of getting sticky, so you're getting close to it. That's why you cannot do that using fork or spoon to mix it. If you don't like to use your bare hands, again, I said you can use gloves. So I think it's ready, and I'm gonna wait a few minutes before I will wrap it, just to rest it for a few minutes. Okay guys, I am now ready to wrap our meat. And usually guys, I use the round one, but I do not have the round one defrosted, so I am using this square one. This square one is, I think it's for wontons, but it's the same wrapper. It's just square instead of round, so we are just going to use this square instead. It's gonna be tricky part of using it because it's gonna be different because it looks like wonton, but it does the same job. So just put some meat and then put some water on the side to seal. You're just putting it on one side and then you just lift it because it's easier when you pinch it like this. You can leave it just like that, or if you wanna make it look fancy and you're brave to to do a design, then you can just pinch it like that. One there, second one, and on this side, to just form a design like that. I don't know, we'll see if that's gonna stay. So you just pinch it and you just form it like that, or you can just leave it triangle. You can just leave it just like that. But I think I like it like this. So we'll do one more. See, if you have the round one, it's a lot easier to do it than this square one. And I'm just going to finish, and I'll show you the next step. Okay guys, time to cook our gyoza or mandu or pork dumplings. It's up to you how you wanna call this. Gyoza, I call it gyoza, but it's a different shape. It's almost like wonton. So I put the oil, and then we're just going to put all of it there, but the oil is not hot. You don't want really hot oil. We are just going to brown it first on this side. Then we are going to steam it after, to make sure the pork is really cooked all the way. You don't want to eat raw pork. I think I'm gonna put just a little bit more oil on this side. I want to brown both sides, guys, and you wanted the heat not very high, so we are just waiting for it to get that stage right there, and we're going to brown both sides. Because I want both sides golden brown, not just one side. And you are just browning the outside, so the pork is still not cooked all the way. That's why we are going to steam it after this. Steam it on the pan like we're adding water, and then cover it to cook the pork all the way. I'm gonna lower the heat even more because it is starting to burn a little bit. So after we brown that side, we're going to put a little bit of water and then we'll cover it. So it is now brown. So we're just gonna put the heat a little higher, and then we're gonna put a little bit of water. Then we'll cover it, and I think it is done. It smells so good. Look how gorgeous. That looks good. Perfect. Take a look at that, guys. OMG. It looks so yummy with my sticky rice, and it is so hot, so you don't want to eat this right now because you will burn your mouth, because it has probably a little bit of juice in there and it's steaming hot. So you want to wait a little bit, and I have some kimchi, and while we are waiting for that to cool down, I'm going to make my sauce, our fried chili garlic sauce with a little bit of this sweet vinegar, so it will kill the heat a little bit. Oh my, look how delicious that looks. Look how gorgeous. Smells really yummy. Wow. Can't wait. And of course, my plate is waiting. So let us try one, guys. Let's see. Let us dip it on our chili oil. Look at the inside. It is cooked. I can taste the garlic with your sticky rice. That is really sticky. See how beautiful it looks.